Destiny has always had a roller coaster pattern with their player count, but recent changes and carefree content has made the player base reach at an all-time low, and it's probably not going to be coming back this time. Let's talk about it. What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite Revenant, Phantom 6, and we are back at it again with another Destiny 2 commentary. On the release of Destiny 2, it brought hundreds of thousands of people, even from the Halo community, especially since it was made by the same original developer, which is Bungie. The excitement was high and it didn't seem like it would ever fall. The game even kept its popularity to reach a 10-year anniversary, which is a feat in its own, in just any kind of the gaming world as itself. Then the final shape came, which was originally supposed to be the final story of Destiny 2, but then they decided to keep going with it, and that is when the whole kingdom started its downfall. The peak player count for the final shape was approximately 315,000. But now, as of November 2024, with episode Revenant Act 2, it is only a staggering 53,000, and it has gone down ever since then as well. And with the player base just continuously dropping when it comes to the PvP aspect of things, it's giving the pool making the pool so much smaller, so you're having to go against those people that only do this as like a job or are just complete demons when it comes to games like this. And for a lot of people, myself included, that's going to make you want to stop playing the game because you just can't really keep up, especially when you can only play like 2-3 hours at a time, and it's not every single day where we can just play this one game. And with that happening, I know people are also leaving just because of that. So it's not just this game's boring, they haven't released anything new, but it's not being skill-based as much as it used to be because there's not a player pool big enough to match it up evenly. Another reason that people are starting to leave is because the insane amount of cheaters and hackers that are just getting away with everything now. Before, you would have maybe one match against like a very obvious cheater every other month maybe, but now it seems like you're having to deal with one almost every match. It's an insane, astonishing amount, and it doesn't seem like they're ever gonna stop, and that's a concern because Bungie used to be super strict on it, and now it's just kind of to the wind. And I know here's a complaint for some people, but not everyone. It's the reuse of old content, of bringing back older weapons and just reusing their content and trying to slightly tweak it and use it as something quote-unquote new. And another reason that has just kind of ruined Destiny's reputation when it comes to bigger launches, it's the server issues. It's known with Bungie and Destiny that whenever there is a big DLC coming out, that a huge influx of players is going to happen. Did that ever stop the servers not getting overloaded or even potentially trying to get fixed? Absolutely not. So the people that took days off of work to play never got the chance because it took them 3-4 hours to play, so it's already starting off on a bad note, and it's always been like that. And another thing that has came into light very recently is the false banning. I have seen, not only on TikTok, but on a lot of different platforms, where Destiny's loyal and non-cheater fan base has gotten permabanned and lost access to their accounts, where they've spent hundreds of dollars to get cosmetics and all this other stuff and DLCs that they want. So with that happening, it just really ruins the trust that a bunch of players had with Destiny, and you can't really blame them in that scenario either. So with the bans, it would sometimes take people weeks, if not months, for them to get their accounts back, and that's if they got it back. which is just insane to think about, especially if you've never cheated and you've spent probably a couple $100 on this game for almost every DLC, and let's be honest, people are going to be buying silver and just buying the cosmetics that they want as well. I have done it myself, but if you're going to spend that much money and just lose access to be able to play it at all, why would you ever want to come back? I've had some of my friends experience this multiple times. I've also had the experience of getting a kind of like a notice. It wasn't really a ban per se, but what is the point in playing a game where you're constantly risking your entire account that you've spent money and hours of your life on? It doesn't quite make sense. And this isn't all the issues that Destiny has had, it's just more of the prevalent ones in my opinion. And with the new episodes and content coming out, it has just been an absolute shit show of negative feedback that it doesn't seem like they're quite taking into consideration with a lot of the things. And this has also affected some streamers. One of the major Destiny streamers, Grenader Jake, actually did make a video saying he's more than likely going to be stepping away from Destiny just because of how awful everything has been recently. And along with that, we've had Sir Demetrius. He's not a very prevalent YouTuber, as in he only does Destiny and he's super popular. That's not the thing. It's his thing was Destiny, and that's what made him popular. And it doesn't seem like he's wanting to get back into it all that much anymore. And this downfall was heavily predicted the moment that they started laying off a lot of their staff, especially for Destiny. Even their core minds, the people that kind of not really came up with the ideas, but kind of was the glue to hold it all together. So if you're a fan of Destiny and or Bungie, you've probably heard the rumors that there is a project that they're working on along with Marathon. So maybe that they're just using their manpower on those two projects. Well, that doesn't change the fact that they had a great game that all they had to do was just keep a little bit of work on, and they would have been perfectly fine. But instead, they decide to drop this one entirely and not care, it seems. So does this mean that Bungie is going to just completely stop updating and giving Destiny these quote-unquote huge game-changing episodes? No, but I wouldn't go in holding my breath and expect utter perfection anymore. Even though it never was that to begin with. I would still wait and say until we get like possibly a Destiny 3, which hopefully they do and want to kind of keep it up to works. But there's only one way to find out, and that's with time, of course. With all that wrapped up, thank you all for watching. And if you enjoyed and made it this far into the video, leave a like and comment down below your current thoughts of the state of Destiny, and if you're excited for future projects from Bungie. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet to join the everlasting Phantom Troop. Until next time, friends, peace out.